going to study this type of structures, este tipo de estructuras. And here we have a regret, an example of a regret about the past. Thank you. Thanks for identifying, guys. Let me just erase this part. And now we are going to work on the grammar. Okay, let's study the grammar. You guys have that information on the previous page, right? On page 66. So you guys can take a couple of minutes to read. Yes, take a couple of minutes to check because I'm going to use a presentation. But you can have a look at that. Study for 2 or 3 minutes. Should have studied more. That's a regret. I should have studied more. I should have studied more. How do you translate that? Yo
estudiar más.
Yo debería haber
estudiado
estudiado más. I failed the exam. Reprobé el examen, right? So this is an example of a regret, you know, using a perfect modal. Should is one modal verb plus have plus a past participle verb. Okay? That's just the presentation. Now let's check here. So what expression do we use to express a regret? ¿Qué frase o qué estructura usamos para expresar un remordimiento? What is the modal verb?
Modal verb plus.
But what modal verb to express a regret?
Should.
More
have participle.
So remember that should have or should have, como que la forma rápida de pronunciar es should have. It's not pronounced. Should have. Should have or should have plus a past participle. Remember, this structure is used to express a regret. You know, debería haber oído. Okay, that's the structure here. Let's check some examples right here. Like, I should have studied medicine instead of law. What does that mean? En vez de leyes, en vez de derecho, correct? I should have accepted that job last year. Ay. Right? Yo debería haber aceptado ese trabajo el año pasado. That's a regret. She shouldn't have bought that car. Ella no debería haberse comprado este auto. Right? We are expressing regret. Regrets. Remember, we use should have or shouldn't have plus a past participle to express a regret. In Spanish, debería haber oído. It's a verb ending in oído in Spanish, right? Say estudiado, cantado, comido, bailado, etc. So it's a verb ending in oído in our language, en nuestro idioma, all right? And that's the rule, basically. To express regrets, we are going to use should have. The modal is should, plus have, plus a past participle. Is that okay? Is that clear? ¿Hasta ahí vamos bien, chicos? Say yes. No?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay, only 2 yes. Let's continue. Let's check some extra examples right here. It says, what are they regretting? Regret is also a verb, también es un verbo, okay? It's like, you know, when you complain about something, you say, oh yeah, I didn't do it. Or why I did it, ¿por qué lo hice? ¿Por qué no lo hice? So, what are they regretting? Check. She's feeling kind of sad. And she says, I should have exercised every day. Okay, you know, that's kind of her dream. And he looks a little overweight, right? That's her regret. Check this other. He says, I have a headache. I shouldn't have drunk so much. What does that mean in Spanish?
Tengo dolor de cabeza, no debí tomar mucho.
No debí tomar mucho, no debí, no están traduciendo el have, no debí
A ver,
haber
Haber
tomado
bebido mucho.
haber bebido mucho, correct. Yes. Look at this kid. Fail. He says, I should have studied more for the exam. I shouldn't have watched too much television, right? He's expressing regrets. He failed, he got a C. Okay, so we can express regrets about the past using should have and a past participle. Like, no, debí haber or no debí haber, and the verb in past participle. Okay, there is also, this is, I'm not sure if this is in the book. No, it's not in the book. But, oh yeah, but it's in the booster. En el grammar booster lo tienen, yes. Should have and ought to have or ought to have are similar in meaning, okay? No está ahí en el main grammar de la lesson, but it's in the booster, que luego va a quedar ahí de tarea para que revisen. It's similar to this other modal, ought to have. These are similar. You can say, I should have married later, or I ought to have married later. It's similar, okay? These two modals can have a similar meaning. I shouldn't have married Celine, or I ought not to have married Celine, okay? In the negative, for example, with should, I say should have, and in the negative, shouldn't have. Shouldn't have, oh, sorry guys, give me 1 second. My kid needs to go to my I'm sorry guys, sorry. Ay. Ahí está bien. Ya, de acuerdo. Ya. Bye, bye. Sorry, guys. Sé que quería. Con correa y no podía bajar. Yeah, okay, so I was telling you that should have and ought to have are similar, okay? Are similar modal verbs. So, but the difference is that when you use, for example, the modal verb in negative, here we say should have, in negative shouldn't have, but in the case of oughta or ought to, right? Oughta is the pronunciation, oughta. You say ought not in the negative, right? You can have this information about this other modal in the grammar booster. Tell me, Marina.
Teacher, the translation, la traducción, ¿es the same?
It's kind of similar, but we can just say, when you use oughta, it's like, it has an idea of something that was supposed to be necessary. But in this case, yeah, it can be, you know, translated as like debí, debería, okay, in that context. So don't complicate with the translation. So should have or should have actually, and ought to have can be, you know, can have the same meaning, to express a regret about the past. You can check this in the grammar booster, all right?
Okay.
Now, all right, now we have other modals, right? Hay otros modales, hay otros verbos modales. You have that in the book. We can speculate, especular, right? Speculate about the past with would have, or would have, or could have, or may have, or might have, plus, what is the verb like? A past participle. Okay, in the book, in your book, you have like, you know, degrees. Ahí los tienen en el grammar, ustedes los tienen como que separados como por grados de intensidad. For example, you have for possibility, right? You have in the book possibility. May or might have, right? Like this, these two for possibility. Because you know, may means puede, might, podría, you know, that possibility. For ability or possibility, you have could, because could means podría, right? Similar to might in this case, but for possibility. And you have would when it's certainty. Cuando es más certero, hay más probabilidad. Would have, good. All right? So there you have that. You have separated. You have that separated. It's okay. Está bien, hijo, acá está. No se pone más. Ya, estoy bien. Okay, and basically that, but all of these models are used to speculate about the past, to speculate, okay? We are talking about a possibility or maybe a probability with any of them. We are going to check some examples. Tell me, Valentino.
Means what's the difference between may have and could have? Could have.
May, might, and could are actually similar. All of them are similar. The little difference, la pequeña diferencia, is the degree of certainty, el grado de certeza. May, might, could are used for possibility. Puede, podría, you know, possibility. Would is used for a certainty, like you know, a higher degree of certainty. Hay un grado de certeza mayor, de probabilidad mayor. We are going to check that. Don't worry. We are going to check with the examples you can understand. But this rule mentions that only should, recuerden que solamente con should have, in a past participle, you express a regret. For a regret, only should. Now, to speculate, to talk about, you know, a possibility or a probability about the past, you can use any of these. Cualquiera de estos. Would, could, may, might. Have, and a past participle. Check these examples. Valentino, can you read the first? No? You can speak, Valentino? Tatiana, could you please read?
Yes, I should have, a ver. Yeah, I should have studied for the exam. I would have passed.
I would have passed, yes. Look, at the first is a regret, ¿no? Aquí tenemos en este ejemplo, I'm sorry, like two perfect models. Hay dos estructuras de este grammar, right? De esta gramática. I should have studied for the exam. This is a regret, right? Es un remordimiento. Oh, yo debería haber estudiado para el examen. Check here. I would have passed. This is also a perfect modal with would. I would have passed. How do you translate? ¿Cómo lo interpretan? Yo debería haber estudiado para el examen. Yo would have. Habría. Habría. Would have is like habría. Yo habría pasado, aprobado. Yo habría aprobado. Now check. The exam was difficult, but I might have passed. El examen estuvo difícil, pero yo podría haber pasado.
Podría haber pasado.
Podría haber. Habría pasado. Acá hay más certeza, ¿no? Más probabilidad. Habría. Casi está asegurando. No está diciendo que sí, 100%, pero habría pasado. So like 95% of certainty. Hay de 90 a un 95% de certeza. And here, might have passed, ¿no? You know, less degree. Yo podría haber pasado. Check the next. I should have taken the exam. I could have passed. So this is like another student said that, como si otro alumno hubiera dicho esto. "Ah, yo debería haber dado el examen. Yo podría haber pasado." Okay, similar to mine. And this, I'm glad I didn't take the exam. I wouldn't have passed. Estoy contenta de que no di el examen. Yo no habría pasado. So you see, this is more certain, ¿no? Aquí hay más certeza, more probability, or well, in this case it's negative. For possibility, might, could, or may, and when you want to express probability, you can use would, all right? Okay, but all of them, todas las ideas, all of the sentences have modal, have, and a past participle. Okay? Yes, Valentino?
Miss, must have.
Is different. Must is not there. Must is for another uses. Tiene otro uso más. Wait a moment, Valentino, and let's check that in just a moment. Okay, now here we are checking two ideas to refer to or to speculate about the past. Con estos modales podemos especular sobre el pasado, sobre la posibilidad, sobre la probabilidad de que algo hubiese dado o no hubiese ocurrido. Okay, for regrets, should have. For expressing, you know, to speculate about the past, may have, might have, could have, or would have. That's for, you know, a high probability. And then we are checking the other with must is different. All right, just give me a second. Yes. When you want to draw conclusions about the past, you can use this other model. Valentino, this is for drawing conclusions. You know, draw a conclusion in Spanish is like sacar una conclusión de algo. Must have, or in negative, must not have, plus a past participle. Check these examples. He is not in class. For example, I say, who's missing? Luis Felipe, are you here now? Please, maybe he has just joined. No, right? Yeah, okay. I say, Luis Felipe is not in class. He must have been sick. Okay. Look, I am drawing a conclusion. Estoy como que sacando una conclusión. Like why he's not in class. Check this other one. Susan didn't call back. She must have forgotten. So how can you translate that? ¿Cómo traducimos ese must have? Susan.
Devolvió la llamada.
Susan no llamó, no devolvió la llamada. Ella debe haberse olvidado. Ya, estoy sacando una conclusión de una situación. Right? Of course, about the past. About the past. All of them refer to the past. Valentino?
Teacher, but if it's a conclusion, would not be with is or are?
No, not exactly, because you are inferring, you are drawing, you are not 100% certain, no estás 100% seguro that this is true. When you are 100% certain, you can use the verb be, or you can use the other verbs. You say, oh, Susan forgot to call back. Or I say, Luis Felipe is. This is when you are completely sure. But here we can speculate. You say that something is possible, probable. If you want to draw a conclusion, you are almost certain about something, almost certain. You are drawing a conclusion, okay? So this is when we use must for conclusions, para sacar una conclusión. But we need to confirm, ¿no? Está para confirmar, but we are drawing a conclusion based on something, basada en algo, okay? According to this, you know, he's not in class. Why? He must have been sick, or he must have had an important meeting, or he must have, or he must not have electricity now, right? Or he must not have internet connection now, right? We are drawing a conclusion based on something. So I want you guys to check the grammar exercise in the book. I want you to practice that. I want you to practice that, okay? You guys can take...
Hacia atrás.
Como que pensando en el pasado, yes.
Pienso
Recordando el
que-
pasado, ya.
Pienso que debí haber decidido la carrera equivocada.
I think I may have decided on the wrong career. How did you translate that may have decided? Yo pienso que, that's for a possibility, ¿no? Yo pienso que pude haber decidido.
Pude haber decidido la carrera
Pude haberme decidido por la carrera equivocada, ¿no? Incorrecta, equivocada. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So in this example, I'm sorry. In these examples, we can see different situations. Possibilities about the past. We are speculating about the past, expressing regrets as well, right? So depending on the context, the first, for example, has must. So this is a conclusion we get. So in order to practice, you guys are going to work in pairs. You are going to do the next activity here, and you are going to provide 3 possible reasons for each statement, okay? There are 6 situations. Okay, you are going to write a lot of sentences. So you need to have a notebook, okay? Or maybe one student is going to type on the screen, and the others can take notes there in their notebooks. You are going to think about 3 reasons for each of the situations. It says, use may, might. Remember, these are for speculating about the past, for a possibility, must for a conclusion, and one with could have, also for possibility. And you have one example here, check. It says, John is late for dinner. He might have gotten stuck in traffic. Él podría haberse quedado atascado en el tráfico. And he must not have taken his cell phone. Y él no debe haber tomado o cogido su celular, right? Or he could have had an important meeting at work. O él podría haber tenido una reunión importante en el trabajo, right? So they are speculating about why John is late. So it's similar here. You have 6 situations. You are going to speculate about what happened. So you guys are going to do this activity instead of in pairs, para que no sea mucho el trabajo, instead of in pairs, you are doing this in groups. I'm going to send you to the breakout room, and I'm going to give you 12 minutes to work on that, okay? It's important to take notes. One student in the group can type, so then you can share your ideas, or maybe you can give different ideas, okay? We are going to check each situation, and each student from the different groups can express and say something, all right? Is that okay? Lucia, did you understand the activity? Did you understand what are you going to do now? ¿Qué es lo que van a hacer?
Miss, son 3 posibilidades por oración.
3 sentences, yes, but may and might, possibility. Could, you know, give us the idea, or, well, ability or also possibility, but the degree is higher, tiene un grado de certeza un poquito más, ¿no? Más que may and might. So may, might, could, and then you have, well, Más is for conclusion, como que es extra. Okay, so you are going to write three different ideas, one with may or might, one with must, and one with could. All right? So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to send you to the breakout room and you will, so I can change. Okay, listen.
Read and listen. 1,
I should have married Marie.
2,
They might have left.
3,
We may not have seen it.
4.
She could have been on time.
Now listen again and repeat.
I should have married Marie.
And you guys repeat. I should have married Marie.
I should have married Marie.
In the reduction, in the reduced form, Carlos, should have.
Should have.
Should have. Should have.
I should have
I should
married
have
Marie.
married Marie. Mhm.
Should have married Marie.
Should have. Okay, the reduction of
Should have.
should have, it's should have. Should have. Aquí lo que ven encimita son es la escritura fonética, la escritura que representa los símbolos, los sonidos, ¿no? Esa parece como una S un tanto alargada, representa el sonido sh. Should have married Marie. What kind of example is that? ¿Qué tipo de ejemplo es este? It's an speculation, a regret, or a conclusion? A regret, right? Because it's with should. Yo debí haberme casado con Marie. I should have married Marie. Next.
They might have left.
Can you repeat?
Might have left.
Might have. Might have. Check here. Aquí
They might have
está
left.
más fácil de interpretar. Might have. They might have left. What
They
are
might
you
have left.
expressing with might? With the modal might?
I speculate.
You are a speculation. You are speculating. So it's about a possibility. You know, a possibility. It's a speculation about the past. They might have left. Ellos podrían haberse ido, haber salido, right? They might have left. Might have. It's pronounced might have. Should have.
Might have.
Might have.
Might have.
Mhm. Next.
We may not have seen it.
We may not have seen it. Not have. Not have. We may not have seen it. Can you repeat?
We may
Yeah.
not have seen it.
Not have. Not have
Not
seen it.
have seen it.
We may not have seen it. What does that mean in Spanish? ¿Cómo interpretamos esta idea?
Nosotros no.
No
Pudimos ver.
Nosotros pudimos no haberlo visto. Nosotros pudimos no haberlo visto. And the last. No pudimos haberlo visto. It's okay. Se interpreta igual. A mí me parece que suena mejor o en la traducción, ¿no? Pudimos no haberlo visto. O no pudimos haberlo visto. It's the same for us, right? It's the same idea.
She could have been on time.
She could have been on time. Could have. Could have. Can you repeat? She could have been on time.
She could.
What does that mean in Spanish? This is also a speculation. Ella podría haber estado a tiempo. Ella podría haber estado a la hora, right? A tiempo. Okay. Yeah, so you see, this is just to consider when you use this structure, cuando usen esta estructura, modal verb, have, and past participle, we usually reduce the sound of have should have, might have, could have. Okay, with must is not possible. And in the negative, not have, not have. All right. Okay, any questions so
means?
far? Not have.
Nada.
En vez de not have, not have. So please, I want you guys to produce. I want you to work in pairs and work on the pair work activity. Remember, we listened to the model. So please, now you are going to express regrets about past actions. So how you are going to express a regret? ¿Cómo van a expresar un pesar, un lamento, un remordimiento? What are you going to use? ¿Qué van a usar? May, might, could, should. For a regret, should. La idea principal con should, right? The regret. And then you can speculate. Luego ya en las siguientes ideas pueden especular, right? Similar to, you know, like the conversation, right? Say, should have married Steven. And then the other, you know, it says, I might have had, you know, speculation. And the friend said, might not have been happy. So they are speculating. So please, I want you to work with a partner. Think of a situation, or you can create, okay? Make up, inventar. Here you have different ideas or different aspects of life, for example, about a job choice or a career choice, field of study, marriage or divorce, boyfriend or girlfriend, a breakup, okay? Un rompimiento, cap. Or any other situation, okay? Or like maybe you say, oh, debí haber aceptado ese empleo, debí haber aceptado la invitación de tal persona. I don't know. Think of a context, a situation. And based on that, you are going to talk to your partner about that, all right? Give ideas. Not necessarily start with this, okay? No de frente empiecen con el regret. You can say hello first. Say hello, and then you can start expressing these ideas. Try to recycle the vocabulary and try to give others, other information here, like speculate about what happened, offer advice maybe, all right? So for this time, you will have, let's see, 15 minutes. I want you to have enough time so I can evaluate the conversation, para poder evaluarlos, okay, guys? 15 minutes is going to be enough. Try to write a conversation not so small like this. No quiero así que sea tan pequeña, okay? Give extra information, all right? And also check pronunciation. Les estoy dando ese tiempo para que no solo preparen lo que van a decir, sino también practiquen y refuercen y de repente se puedan dar feedback en cómo van a pronunciar. Okay, check the intonation and the pronunciation too. So let me see how many students and qualifications. Right. Okay. It's higher, right? What does higher mean? Have you seen or read this word before? This is when you apply. What? Contratado, hire, you're hired. And the opposite? Fired. You're fired. Yeah, it means that you lose your job. Okay, let me show you this. This is the information that you guys have, right? Talent. What does that mean? You have this information in the book. Diana Mejia, can you read what does this word mean?
Talent, abilities in art, music, mathematics,
etc.
etc. That you are born with, that you are born with. For example, she was born with talents in both mathematics and art.
Okay, yeah, this is what we have in the book. Thank you, very good. So talents refers to the abilities that you are born with. What is that you are born with in Spanish?
Que naces con ello.
Con las que naces, yes, con las que naces. So abilities that you are born with. I have some examples here. That she has talent to play the violin. He has talent in mathematics. She has talent in the dance, right? That's it. Skills. Carlos, you read the meaning? Can you read the explanation?
Okay, Miss. Ability that you learn, such as cooking, speaking foreign
Foreign language.
language, or driving.
Correct. So these are the abilities that you learn. Okay, skills are the abilities that you learn.
Miss, what does mean skills in Spanish?
Abilities. Abilities. Abilities, you know, the things that you can do, but the things that you learn. It's not that you born with. The difference between talents and skills is that talents refer to, you know, the abilities that you are born with. So it's in your genes, en sus genes, it's in your genes, okay? And skills refers to the abilities that you can learn. You can learn, you know, to dance marinera. You can learn how to cook. You can learn how to drive a car. You can learn English, French, Japanese, all right? So we have here some examples. They have dancing skills, for example. He has cooking skills. Michael Schumacher has great skills in driving race cars. Okay, these are just examples right here, but talents and skills refer to abilities, the abilities a person has. The dancers have dancing abilities. Yeah, but it's a kind of way to repeat, right? But it's you can say dancing abilities. It's okay. It's a noun. Es un sustantivo. So in this case, dancing is the adjective. But it's more common to use this, no? Skills, cooking skills, dancing skills. I don't know what else. Singing skills, computing skills, like destrezas. You know, habilidades. It's more common, but it refers to ability. What about the next word? Experience. Sabrina, what does experience mean? What does it refer to? ¿A qué se refiere?
Working.
Okay, can you read? It's in the book or read here on my screen. Experience refers to time.
Time spent working at a job in the past.
So, right, it refers to the time, the years, you know, that a person spent working at a job or you know, at a specific job in the past. My teacher has a lot of experience. Experience in what? Experience in qué será? Experience in teaching or teaching experience. Okay. He has some experience in sales, you know, en ventas. Experience, right? We refer to the time spent working, the time spent working as a teacher, as a nurse, as an engineer, etc. Next word. Valentino, can you read about this word? Knowledge. What does knowledge mean?
Okay. Understanding of or familiarity with a subject gained from experience or study.
Mhm. So what does knowledge mean in Spanish? Or knowledge is all the information that you have here in your brain about something. How do you translate knowledge? Conocimiento. So it says, understanding of or familiarity with a subject, ¿no? Tener entendimiento o estar familiarizado con un tema, ¿no? Gain from experience or study, ¿no? Algo que acumulaste o que lo obtuviste, ¿no? Por la experiencia o por el estudio. That's knowledge. And you can check these examples. Valentino, can you read these examples, please? Can you help me read? Can you see?
Okay. Yeah. He has some knowledge of counting. She has some knowledge of mechanics.
Sure, correct. Let's work on this exercise. It's not in the mathematical ability, logical thinking, compassion, manual dexterity, common sense, athletic ability, and leadership skills. So listen and match. Write the letter here, next to the person's name. Try to pay attention because this audio is kind of long, but let's try to check some important phrases and vocabulary, okay? In case you have one exercise in the final exam. So let's start.
Listen to 9 people being interviewed at an international job fair. Stop after each interview and match the interviewee with his or her qualification for a job. Listen again if necessary. Conversation 1.
Good morning.
Hello, I'm Sonia Espinosa. I'm interested in the job as director of the sports program, the one on the cruise ship.
Do you have any experience with sports programs or any special athletic ability?
Yes, I play tennis, golf, and I'm on a basketball team. I've won a few swimming contests and I've been teaching swimming at a club for 5 years. I actually thought I would be an Olympic swimmer, but I'm not good enough for that.
2.
Good morning. Please come in.
Thank you. I'm Silvano Lucastro. I'm interested in working in an international company, but I'm not sure what jobs might be available.
Okay, tell me something about yourself. What do you see as your strengths?
Well, I'm very logical. I can figure things out when other people can't. Whenever there is a problem, people bring it to me to look for an answer. I write everything down in a list and then think about every solution. It's a good way to solve problems.
Could you guys identify Silvano's qualification?
Logical thinking.
Logical thinking. Letter D, correct. Letter D, yes. He said that he is very good at solving problems, right? When there is a problem or someone has a problem, so he thinks, he writes down, some ideas about what happened, the problem, and, it's like he gets the answers. Yeah. Good.
Conversation 3.
Hello, please come in and have a seat.
Thanks.
Which job are you interested in?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't have a family yet, and my English is pretty good. I'd love to work somewhere outside of the country for a while, but I don't have much work experience.
That's okay. We have jobs for people at every level. Please tell me about your qualifications.
Well, ever since I was a child, I've been great with my hands.
Manual dexterity. Can you tell me a little more?
Sure. People always tell me that I'm good at fixing things. I love to fix things that are broken.
That's great. I actually know of a nice position that might be just right for you. In the US, working for a Ukrainian piano company. Let me get your personal information. Please spell your name.
It's Ivan Martinovich. That's Martinovic.
Okay, What did he say? Could you identify?
Manual dexterity.
He has manual dexterity, yes. Can you explain? Did you hear what he said? Like, what is he good at? ¿En qué es bueno? What is he good at? He is good at?
Fix.
Fix, good. He is good at fixing things. He is good at repairing things, he said. So we can say that he has manual dexterity, right? Having manual dexterity means that a person is good at repairing, at fixing things that are broken. So in the interview, the interviewer told him that there is a position in the US for a Ukrainian piano company, para una compañía de piano ucraniana. Okay, maybe to assemble the piano, I don't know, something like that. But this is what the interviewer told him. Next.
Conversation 4.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Agnes Lukens, and I'm a people person.
A people person.
Remember
Could
that she said that she's a people person. People person.
Could you please explain what you mean, Miss Lukens?
I just love working with people. And actually, people like working with me. And for me. They say I'm a good boss.
So, would you say you have strong leadership qualities?
I guess so. I manage people well, and my last 2 jobs have been in management. I'd like to know if there's anything available abroad. Maybe in Mexico? I can speak Spanish.
Let's have a look at the possibilities there.
So Agnes said that she's a people person. What did you understand? What is the meaning of this expression?
Leadership skills. Leadership skills.
Yeah, okay, but I'm asking, lo que les pregunto es, what does that mean? What does that mean when you say, I'm a people person, or she's a people person? Yeah, to be friendly, to be sociable, to have, to have a good, how can I say, a good relationship with others, okay? That can be called a people person. Yeah, and regarding the user, what kind of skills does she have? Tell me again, what was the letter?
I.
Letter?
I.
Correct, yes. Leadership skills, right? She has skills. What did you hear? How can you explain that she has good leadership skills?
She's a good boss.
Yeah, people say she's a good boss. And she said that she worked in management, no? Trabajó yeah, she worked in management. Yeah, and people say she's boss. It means she, she has good relationship with her co-workers. Okay.
Conversation 5.
Come in. You're Elena Burgess, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. I see you have 2 jobs available for psychologists. I just finished my studies and I'm not sure which job to apply for. This would be my first job.
Well, please tell me about yourself. What do you see as your strengths?
Strengths? Well, people say I have a lot of compassion.
You're compassionate? In what way?
I'm able to understand other people's feelings, to put myself in their shoes. I think I must have gotten that from my parents. Both my parents are psychologists too.
Conversation 6.
Okay. She has compassion, correct? That's the answer. And in the audio, the word strength was mentioned. What does strength mean? I'm sorry, it's 5 or 6? No, I'm sorry, it's the letter number, right? So what was that E? Right. Yeah, so Elena has compassion. She's compassionate. But during the listening, this word was mentioned, strength. How can we translate that? We have like strengths, yeah, las fortalezas, and weaknesses, las debilidades, strengths and weaknesses. Let me just write the opposite. I'm writing the opposite, okay? Right here. Weaknesses. Strengths. So what are your strengths? It's asking the interview. No? What are the good things about you? What are your skills or something like that? And she is compassionate. She has compassion.
6.
Good afternoon. You must be Karen Trent.
Yes, I'm looking for a job.
Certainly, Miss Trent. What kind of experience do you have?
Well, I'm a painter. I painted the murals at the new design center reception area.
Really? Those are beautiful.
What's her job?
I understand.
What does she do? What does Karen do?
Painter.
She's a painter.
I understand they won a prize. You do have a lot of talent.
Thanks. I actually have a teaching certificate in art, and I'd love to work with children. Is there anything available in Europe? I speak French and German as well as English, and I'd love a chance to practice.
Okay, I think it's easy to identify the qualification. What's the letter? She, yeah, she has, artistic ability. I don't know if you guys heard that she said, I'm sorry, it's not B. She said that she has a teaching certificate. So she could be a teacher of art. She has a teaching certificate, and she is also good, or she has a skill in languages. Did you hear? What languages can she speak?
French and German.
That's good, French and German. All right.
Conversation 7.
Please come in and have a seat.
Thank you. I'm Ed Snodgrass, and I'm a student. I'm looking for some kind of a summer job. Maybe in Thailand? Would that be possible?
Asia. Well, let's see. Tell me something about your skills and abilities.
Well, I'm pretty young, but people have always said I have a lot of common sense.
Now, that does sound good. What specifically do you mean?
Well, I don't really have a lot of experience or skill, but I have a talent for just knowing what to do. Things seem pretty simple to me. I just seem to be able to figure out what to do when others can't.
Okay, he said that he...
Common sense.
Yeah, but he knows what to do. He knows what to do when other people can't. So he has common sense. When there is a problem, it's easy for him to know what to do, how to solve the problem. And maybe other people get complicated and don't know what to do in a difficult situation. But for him, it is easy, right? He said that he's very young, he doesn't have much experience, but he has common sense. Letter G, right?
Conversation 8.
Please come in and have a seat.
Thank you very much. I'm Akiko Uzawa. I've been working as a computer programmer, but I'm interested in moving to information technology. I see there is a job available with a multinational.
Yes, that's right. This would be a change for you, Mrs. Zawa. What makes you feel you would be good at information technology?
Well, I went into programming because I was always good at math. I think with my background in mathematics, I understand the needs and problems of people in IT.
Okay, what's the letter? What kind of skills or qualifications she has?
C.
Letter C.
Yes, she has mathematical ability, right? She also has like computing skills and abilities, but she wants to get a job, related to the other field. Technology, yes.
Conversation 9.
Hello, are you Mia Kim?
Yes, that's right. I'm currently working as a receptionist at a law firm, but I've just finished a course as a legal secretary, and I'd like to apply for the opening in Paris.
Paris, do you speak French?
Yes, I have a good knowledge of French. My parents both worked in France for a Korean company, and I went to a French-speaking school.
What do you see as your strengths?
Well, I have a great memory for details, also for faces and facts. I hope you'll consider me for this job.
I hope you consider me for this job, she said. So she can remember people's names and faces, she said. She has a good memory. That's the qualification. That was the last option, actually. Okay, listen, guys. This is basically the most important part of this lesson. All right. We are going to skip the next pair work activity, and I would like you to work on the next page as homework, please, because we really need to work on the next unit next class. So this part is going to be homework for you. You basically have to frame your ideas regarding your qualifications, your skills. Imagine that you will have an interview, a job interview. So you need to have this information ready, okay? It's like a kind of having your resume or your CV, right? Here you have some ideas. What are your interests? What are your qualifications? You just have to check, read and check. Some information regarding your experience, okay? You can write here one idea about your skills, about your abilities, and maybe you have some special knowledge about a task or a topic or a subject. You can write here. So it's just to complete, okay? This is homework for you guys, please. And now we can go to the next lesson and just listen to the article. Let's listen to this article, please. We are going to do this part, and we are going to check these exercises A and B next class. There will be homework too, okay? También van a quedar de tarea. So we are going to listen to the reading, to the audio actually. You guys check this at home, read again, check the new vocabulary, and do exercises A and B. Exercises A and B for next class, okay? So we just check answers, solo revisamos respuestas. We have to do the review.
Teacher.
We can do unit 7, part of unit 7, and the writing. Remember that we have the writing next class. So let's do this listening. Any questions? Someone wanted to?
Teacher, and what page is the homework?
The homework for you is page 69. Page 69, and now you can, okay? Basically complete, write down, that's it. Page 69, and the exercises that you have on page 71, A and B, on page 71, A and B.
Okay.
All right, so let's just hear this part. It says, discuss factors that promote success. This is the last goal. What does that mean? Hablar de discutir los factores que promueven el éxito. Okay? Here it says, how important do you think the following factors are to career success? El éxito en una carrera. Number the factors in order of importance, making 1 the most important and 6 the least important. All of them are important. All of these factors are important. But what do you think is the most important factor? Skills, prior experience, physical appearance, talent, job knowledge, work habits, or maybe something else. You have to rate, no? Calificar, rate from number 1, the most important, to number 6, the least important. What do you think? Do you think physical appearance is the most important factor for being successful in a career? Do you agree? No, right? No, of course not. That would be the least. So what's the most important? You can say, you may have different opinions. So please think and complete, rate. rate the factors. Number one, what's the most important? You think experience or the skills that you have? In other, what can we include in other? Podríamos agregar aquí in other. For example, I think we can include needs to be good attitude, or maybe the kind of attitude you have, la actitud. Good attitude, the kind of personality a person has. Maybe if a person is able to work under pressure, trabajar bajo presión. You can think of other factors. Yeah, but you have just to rate. So let's just listen to the reading. Vamos a escuchar, check pronunciation, queda de tarea para ustedes volver a leer el texto, interpretar, por ahí buscar el nuevo vocabulario, porque recuerden que el examen a veces toma extractos de los audios o de las lecturas, you know, for the exercises. So read again and do this for homework, A and B for next class, okay? So let me just move this a little so we can listen to this part. Just play that.
Read and listen. The 5 most effective work habits. Advice to new workers from a CEO. If you are new to the working world, you are eager to demonstrate your skills and knowledge. However, in addition to those, some basic work habits may be even more effective in promoting your success. Read the following advice to new workers written by the head of a company. 1. Volunteer for assignments. One of the best ways to signal that you are a keen learner and are not afraid of hard work is to volunteer for assignments. However, before volunteering for a task, be sure you have the skills and knowledge to accomplish it successfully. 2. Be nice to people. Be nice to people regardless of their rank or position. When you are nice to people, they go out of their way to help you, and every new worker needs help in order to get ahead. 3. Prioritize your work. We all love to start work on things that are close to our hearts. However, these may not be the most urgent and important in our list of tasks to do. Have a list of things to do according to their strategic importance to your company. When you prioritize your work, you are more productive, and that increases your chances of career success. 4. Stay positive. As someone new in the working world, you are not used to office culture, and there may be office politics that complicate things. Try to stay above politics and remain positive in the face of challenges. When you are positive, you stay focused on your goals. You make better decisions and therefore get more things done. 5. Highlight a problem, but bring solutions. Offer a solution each time you highlight a problem to your boss or management. You need to remember that when you bring problems and not solutions, people may think of you as a complainer. These 5 work habits at first glance may seem like common sense. However, in actual working environments, people tend to forget the basics. I counsel new workers in our company to internalize this behavior and consistently use it to increase their chances of career success.
Okay, guys, this is it. Maybe I can help you with some of the new words, but actually here, the reading article give us some tips or some recommendations, right? And the person that is giving this information is a CEO. You know the meaning of a CEO? Have you heard of it? Have you checked that before? A CEO is like, for example, like Bill Gates. You know, it's the chief
Director.
executive officer. Yes. This is the meaning. It's like the big boss, like the manager in a company, okay? The big one, the big boss, the chief executive officer. So this is what this means, CEO, chief executive officer. So the tips here, the tips given are volunteer for assignments, ser voluntario para ayudar, ¿no? En las asignaciones, en las tareas. Be nice to people, ser amable con las personas, personality is very important in any job position. If you are very maybe talented, are the best on what you do, but you have bad personality, you like to argue, like problemático we say, it's going to be difficult to stay in that job position in any company. So being nice to people is very important. Having a nice personality trait is very important. And it says prioritize your work, ¿no? Priorizar el trabajo. So do the activities that are necessary first, or the ones that are more difficult to accomplish first, and then do the others ones that are easier. Stay positive, right? Have a good attitude. Having a good attitude is important. You have to be motivated, stay focused, stay, how can I say, concentrate on your goals. And the last says, highlight a problem, but bring solutions. So mention a problem, identify problems in your company or where you work. But if you mention a problem, say something to solve the problem, right? Offer solutions or, ways to solve the problem. That's what basically describes this text. Read again this for next class and do exercise A and B. We are going to start today. Let me tell you what we will do. Don't be